Hi there, and welcome to our mat Pilates for bad backs. I'm Jo, and welcome to my channel. So this exercise plan is short, and it's just for people who are suffering or have suffered from bad backs, who are finding their backs are quite weak, and not every so often they just backs go into spasm or feel pain or whatever. And Pilates is an amazing tool for bad backs, but this is to just kind of start you off on your journey in strengthening your back. So if you're in immense pain, then I would consult with your doctor before attempting any of these exercises and make sure that you're on the right course for action, and there's no other underlying cause that may be causing your back pain, because back pain can come from all sorts of reasons: bad posture, or something specifically gone wrong with the spine, a herniated disc. And Pilates is amazing for all of those things, but you need to consult with your doctor before attempting anything new. But that said, if you just, every now and again get a bit of back, or you have backache, then this is perfect for you, because it's all about posture, keeping your pelvis in alignment, and strengthening your core, or beginning to. If you have taken any painkillers in the last few hours, then wait and don't do this exercise until they're out of your system, because any painkillers can mask the pain that you might feel during exercise. If you're feeling at all unwell, then don't do the video, as in unwell at all from anything. And if you're not sure, consult with your doctor before attempting anything. And Nittedale Fitness and Pilates are not responsible for any injuries that may occur during or after this exercise program. With all that said, I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. Everything is very gentle. Don't push past any pain. If you feel pain, stop and just sit that one out, okay? But as I said, all these are specifically designed for bad backs. I used to have a bad back myself, so I am very sympathetic for people who have bad backs and know quite a lot about backs. So all you need is a mat and a block, or a cushion will be perfect. And then we are good to go. Make sure you have plenty of room around you. I'm just going to move my ball out of the way, and then we are good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off in lying, because that's mostly a comfortable position if you have a bad back, and all of our exercises bar one will be in lying down position, supine as we like to call it. So we don't need the cushion just at the moment, so put that to one side. We're going to lie down, okay, with your knees bent and your feet hip distance apart. So if you have difficulty coming into that position, you're going to bring your feet together, and then bring your toes apart and your heels behind. We also do this standing, but for this exercise routine, we're going to start in lying. Okay, so the next thing we want to think about is the head and where that position should be. So the chin is going to be tucked in, and the head pulled back as if you're resting it on a car headrest. We don't want the chin right up to the ceiling. We're going to bring the shoulders back and down, pull the scapula, the shoulder blades down into your back. Okay, and try to keep them there, so when they're down, don't just release or they'll just pop back up again. So just try and bring those down and just concentrate on keeping those down. Now we're going to come to the attention of our pelvis, and we're going to just gently now roll the pelvis away from you and back, and away and back. And we want to, just as we're doing this, engage the belly button, the abdominals, and pull that belly button in to the spine about 20%, okay? So as if it's resting on a third hole of your belt around your trousers. So just continue with that, and just rolling backwards and forwards. Just releasing any tension in the back, and just whilst we're doing that, we're just going to have to think about the pelvic floor muscles, those muscles that stop you from going to the toilet. And so we're just going to squeeze them gently as if we need to go to the toilet. Okay, so just a little gentle squeeze, about 30%, so the front passage and the back passage. And just think about those shoulders, keeping them still down and the chin is still tucked in, and just gently releasing tension from the lower back. And this is a place where most people find they have stiffness or ache, and it can just be from sitting at the desk awkwardly at work, or bad posture, sitting down, watching television, you find yourself slumping, and all those things can put pressure on the lower back. So just continue that. We'll just do 4 more. So 1 and back, and 2 and back, and 3 and back, and 4 and back. So now where do you stop? So now we're going to slow that movement down. Slow it down, until we find a center point somewhere in between those 2 movements. So bring your fingers and your 2 index fingers and your thumbs, make a triangle, place them over your pelvic bone and the rest of the fingers splayed out. And we're just going to imagine that's a bowl of water, and we want to try and get the water in the bowl as level as we can. So we don't want it sloshing in between the legs by arching. We don't want to get it all over our tummies by coming back. So somewhere in the middle. And then you just take those hands away and just slide them underneath your lower back. Just trying to figure out if you have a little tiny bit of space for 2 fingers. Not just tucked in here, but into the middle. I don't want you to change your position, just sliding gently in. Okay? And if you find, oh, hang on a minute, I can get my whole hand in, then that's too much. Then you just roll the pelvis back a little till you feel the lower back just gently touching the fingers. And if you cannot get your fingers in, then you need to just gently tip the pelvis forwards, roll the hips slightly away until you can get the fingers in, okay? And then keep it there. So good. So that is where we want to try to keep our hips and our back in that position, because that is where our body and our spine is at its strongest, okay? So not to worry, it will probably come out of that position, but just so that you're aware, so just take a moment, take note of how that feels, okay, in your whole body. And every time you move, you finish moving your body, I'm going to tell you to just check that position, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring the hands onto the hips, okay? Keep the elbows on the floor and the chin tucked in. So this is another exercise just to help you become more aware of your pelvis, okay? So we're just going to inhale and exhale, keeping the abdominals engaged, pelvic floor muscles engaged, chin tucked in, relax your upper body and just slide that leg forwards and bring it back. If you find, and the other leg, when you slide the leg forwards that your back is arching, then don't take the leg out so far, okay? So you can just start here, just slide your toes along. And if you think, oh, if I go any further, I can feel my back is arching, you don't want that, so just slide it back, okay? Otherwise, chin tucked in, abdominals in. So don't just think, oh, it'll be all right. It won't, so you must start and do it properly, okay? So do a few more. So just being aware of your pelvis is all we're doing right now, is just becoming more aware of where we want your pelvis to be, okay? Because so often we, slump or we tilt the pelvis without realizing that creates pressure on the back. Slide and back. We'll do 1 more on each side, so just adjusting your back position if you need to. If you find, oh, it's arched a little bit or it's flattened, adjusting it, and that's all part of your learning to look after your back, is readjusting and becoming aware. Last one. Good job, very nice. Okay, so another part, so that's just becoming aware of our pelvis. So the next thing is we're going to work on strengthening our abdominal muscles. Okay, so also that's very good for strengthening your lower back. That's a very nice beginner's exercise to help strengthen, because you're keeping your back in that same position and you're trying your best not to alter, let your back do what it wants. Okay, so hands behind your head, but like so, just below your head. Try and keep your elbows back, so try not to bring them in like this, okay? Try to keep them back. Keeping your abdominals pulled in, 30%. If your knees are in line with the hips, so they haven't gone out, okay? And try to keep the elbows back, as I said. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in and try not to push with your hand. We're going to come into a curl, so try not to push. Try to use your abdominals. The hands are there to support your neck. Inhale, push your shoulders down, exhale. Keep the elbows back and roll up. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale. Up. So when we're doing this, we're thinking about the lower back. It will want to tilt backwards and flatten onto the floor. We're going to really try to avoid that from happening. And up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Inhale down. Exhale. Up. Inhale down. Exhale. Up. Inhale down. So you should feel that all the way down the front of the abdominal muscles. And the reason why you're going to feel it in the lower abdomen is to keep going up and down, as well as the upper, is because you're keeping that back in the right place. So your back and your tummy muscles down here, these deeper global abdominal muscles, have a chance to work as well. Keep the pelvic floor in and keep those elbows wide. Don't bring them in, okay? 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, 1 more. And back down, lovely. Okay, so we're going to come into a lovely mobilization exercise for the spine now. Arms down by the side, shoulders down and away. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and pelvic floor muscles are engaged. Inhale. So you're tilting your pelvis towards you. So you're flattening your lower back on the mat. And then squeeze your buttock cheeks. Exhale. Peel your spine up, 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 up off the mat. And then roll back down. Now, what can help you, if you have a cushion, place that in between your knees. I'm going to use a small Pilates ball, but try and find a little cushion, bring that in between your knees, and that will really help you. If you don't have one, absolutely fine. But if you do, then that cushion that you've got next to you there, that I said to bring, will be really beneficial. So just squeeze it, and that helps you to activate the buttock muscles. Roll up, squeeze, up, and roll back down. If that feels comfortable for you, you're going to come with the arms now. So you're going to roll up first of all, just making sure that you don't roll up so far that you're arching your back. So you want the back to remain in neutral and that pelvis to remain in that neutral place. Difficult, I know, but this is what we want to achieve. Squeeze, and then inhale, exhale, arms back. Inhale, exhale, arms down. Keep squeezing those buttocks and roll back down. So just a small range of movement to begin with. So squeeze, roll up, and you just come to here. So making sure that your pelvis is still and stable. Arms, if that's comfortable, keep squeezing that ball. Arms down and roll, bone by bone by bone by bone. Inhale, exhale, tilt and peeling the spine off, chin tucked in, eyes looking at the horizon, shoulder blades down. Try not to use the arms for support, we're trying to use the buttocks and the abdominals, and as you roll down, focusing on your spine, each vertebrae coming down. As you come back down to the lumbar spine, that the body, probably if you have had a bad back for a while,
then you're not going to have maybe much mobility, and then this is really going to help because we're tilting back. And if you find that, oh, I can only get to here and that hurts a little bit, then just roll back down and just continue like that. So you're only going to go in your own range of movement. You're not going to push through any pain. Just take it up a little way to begin with. Squeeze those buttocks. Keep your hips level. We don't want them tipping to the side. And arms down and roll back down. Keep tension on that ball or cushion until you reach the floor. Then squeeze, tilt, exhale, roll up. Squeeze those buttocks, squeeze that cushion in between your knees. Exhale, inhale, exhale, arms down. And bone by bone by bone by bone. Keep that chin tucked in. Last one. Up. Roll the spine. Feel it, peel it. Keep strong. Arms. And roll back down. Take that cushion away. Come into a nice full body stretch. Stretch out your legs, point your toes. Just make sure that arms the ribs don't stick out, that you're not arching your back. Okay, so keep that back down. Keep the ribs down. So we don't want the ribs sticking out. Okay, arms back. Lovely, and arms down. Bring your feet back towards your bottom and your knees and feet hip distance apart. Okay, so now we're going to come into another abdominal exercise, okay? So we're going to come into a nice oblique exercise. What we're going to do is place the hands behind the back, behind the head, elbows wide. You're going to push your right shoulder into the mat, okay? And you're going to just lift your left side off and just roll and back down. Inhale, exhale, keep the elbow back. You're rolling the opposite shoulder towards the opposite hip and down. So we're not going to come all the way off like that and bring the elbow in. We don't want to do that. It's only a small movement. Shoulders down, back in neutral. Inhale and exhale. And you keep pushing that right shoulder down and you just roll. Keep the hips still. Don't want the hips coming up. And just roll and back down. Inhale, exhale, keep the elbow back and roll over to the other shoulder. Down, we don't want that shoulder coming off. And just roll. Inhale, exhale, roll. So it's only a very small movement. You're just looking down towards the opposite hip. Okay, so look, your eyes are looking down at the hip. Good. One more. Good. And lower back down. Keep the hands there. Bring your arms down now. We're going to come into the same abdominal curl that we did at the start, where we've had the hand behind the back, but we're going to have them just placed by the side of your body. Okay, try not to use their hands to assist, so you really need to try to use and focus on your abdominal muscles. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll the chin up, and keep the arms off and roll up. Inhale, back down. Try to keep the shoulders back if you can. Try not to let them round forwards like this. Okay? To try and bring those shoulders back and down. Inhale, exhale. Your neck may want to ache and you're just going to really try and bring that belly button back to the spine, 30%, and just pull on those muscles. Exhale. Inhale down. Inhale, exhale. Up and down. Try not to let your back arch or flatten. Good, 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Very nice. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just practice bring your right foot off, lower it back down. Relax your upper body, left and down. Keeping your pelvis, place your hands on your hips. So we want to make sure that the body doesn't tip to one side, so engage your abdominal muscles, pelvic floor muscles up. So we want the leg at a 45-degree angle now. And then just lower it back down. Keeping your body completely still. Inhale, exhale. And lower back down. Inhale, exhale. And lower. So everything we're doing now, we're using the core, we're keeping the back still, we're keeping the pelvis still. There's no change in position there. Focusing your mind, slow and controlled. Feel these muscles here around your waist and your tummy tensioning as they work. No sharpness. One more. Good job, very nice. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come into toe taps. So we're going to keep the abdominals pulled in, the pelvic floor muscles in, arms by your side. Inhale to prepare, chin tucked in, exhale. Try to bring that leg into tabletop. At 45-degree angle and keep it there. Make sure your back isn't arched. If it has, don't panic, it's okay, just don't worry about it, just adjust. Okay, use your fingers as a guide, check. And when that's ready, we're going to inhale. As you exhale, we're going to just lower. We don't want to bring the knee like that. We don't want to go down like that. We just want to keep that position and you just down. Also, we don't want to go forwards. Okay, so it's just straight down, tap and up. But we're not going drop and down, okay? We don't want to drop that knee, we don't want to use that hinge in the knee, okay? So we're pretending that that leg is in a fixed position. Imagine you've had your leg in a plaster of Paris, okay, whatever you want to call it, in a cast or what do other people call it, in a pot, okay, and it's been set like that, yeah? So we can't move it, it just goes down and up. Inhale, exhale, abdominals in, pelvic floor in. So we want to make sure, if you want to, you can keep your fingers underneath your lower back and just check that it's not rolling away. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and stay back down. Good, so try not to tense up the leg too much. So inhale to prepare, we'll do the other side. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale. Again, if you like, place your fingers just gently underneath your back so you get an idea of what's happening. This is difficult at first. You should feel tension in the lower abdominals. Try not to make the leg rigid. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, one more. And try to keep the body relaxed and lower back down. Very nice, good job. Stretch it out. Okay, so we're going to come into sitting now. So some of you may find it difficult to sit, in which case sit on a cushion like this. If it's difficult even to sit on a cushion, then we can do it standing up. So what we'll do is we'll do it sitting and then we'll do it standing, okay? So then you've got two versions, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms out. Okay, so they're like airplane wings. Shoulders down and away. Try to keep the arms straight and try not to let the arms drop down, okay? Inhale to prepare, shoulders down and away. Exhale. And we twist, keep the hips still. Inhale. exhale, inhale, exhale, just a little way. This is loosening up your upper back. Exhale, one more on each side. Exhale, inhale, center, exhale. If you find that's a little bit warm, makes your arms ache, you can just bring your hands into a prayer position. Keep the elbows in. And make sure the head doesn't go past the shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to show you standing. Okay, so standing is just the same thing, feet together, heels apart, toes apart, heels behind, arms outstretched, or again in prayer position, absolutely fine. Inhale, exhale. The only thing I would say to you is it's more difficult. Your hips will want to twist. You're better off actually thinking about it is keeping your hands in a prayer position and twisting. You'll find that easier, but make sure you don't just turn the head. So we're twisting the upper body, but just a little way so the hips don't come with us. Because if you try and twist, straight away your hips will want to twist. So we don't want to twist too far that the head goes past the shoulder, just keeping it in front of the shoulder. Okay, so you've got two options. Okay, so we're going down onto our side now. We're going to come into a nice little side exercise called the side kick. So stretch out your right arm, your hand goes in front of your chest. When you look down, you can just see your toes. Okay, so we want the both feet stacked. So we want toe over toe, ankle bone over ankle bone. Take the top leg off, inhale, exhale, forwards and back. Making sure that we don't tip the hip, okay? We're keeping that still, so just take it a little way. Forwards and back to the foot. We're not taking it behind. Just keep that toe pointed, keep these hips still. So again, we're working the core, keeping the pelvis still, where the body is learning to keep the pelvis still and stable and strong. One more, and back down. Very nice. Okay, so coming onto your front now, we're going to come into swimming. So you're going to stretch out your arms in front of you. Your legs, feet are going to just come down like so. Head down, shoulders down and away. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, keep the head down. Lift the right arm, left leg, just a little way. Reach. Inhale, exhale, stretch out the left arm, right leg, and create a very small lift and down. Inhale, exhale, stretch out, right arm, left leg, and lower back down. Keep that head down. Inhale, exhale, left arm, right leg, stretch, and lift just a teeny tiny little bit, and lower. What we don't want to do is go up, and do that, okay? That's no good for your back, and we just want a very small movement. So tummy muscles in, pelvic flooring, buttocks squeezed. Inhale, exhale, stretch first, right arm, left leg, then we lift a little tiny way. I'm talking about 1 or 2 centimeters off the mat, no more. Inhale, exhale, stretch, opposite side, and good. 2 more on each side. Inhale, steady as you go, exhale. Other side. 1 more on each side. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Other side. Good job, lovely. Coming into a nice little back extension now. So you're going to have your hands by your side, palms down. Inhale, and bottom muscles are squeezed, abdominals are engaged. Exhale, lift up just a little way and come back down. Inhale, feet and knees together, Exhale, squeeze your buttocks, tummy muscles, lift shoulders down and lower. Inhale, exhale, strengthening your back. Try to focus on bringing your shoulders together. We've got 4 more. 1. Inhale, exhale, feet and knees together. 2. 2 more. 3. And 4. And come back down. Put your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to bring your toes together, wide knees, and bring your bottom down into your heels as far as is comfortable for you. Bring the elbows to the knees. Just relax your body. Try to keep the shoulders down. Feel a nice deep breath coming into the ribs. Stretching out your lower back. Just relax your whole body. 1 more big deep breath. Release, good. Now we're going to come over onto the other side now. We're going to come over onto the right side. And we're going to come into the same exercises that we did just a moment ago. Okay, so in fact you were probably, whatever side you were on, whether it was right or left, I don't think I specified, you'll kind of work the other side now. Okay, so I was on my right, so I'm coming over onto my left. So palm up to the ceiling, leg on top of leg. Look down, make sure you can just see your toes. So we don't want lower legs joining in as well. I mean, what we don't want to see them. Tummy muscles pulled in, pelvic floor in. Ankle bone over ankle bone, toe over toe, shoulders down and away. Keep that lower leg down, stretch out your legs. Inhale, exhale. Keep the hip bone on the mat and back. Keep the legs stretched, point the toes. Palm is up to the ceiling, not down or on its side. Good, tummy muscles in, just take the legs a little way so we're not moving the hip at all. One more. And lower. Good job. Very nice. So now we're just going to come into a nice full body stretch. And just stretch out your legs, arms stretched down, reach, reach, reach. And bend your knees, arms by your side. Just take a deep breath in. And out. One more. And just bring the knees into the chest. Give them a nice stretch. Feel that lower back being stretched out. And we're going to bring the knees down, arms to the side, and just roll the knees to the left. Tummy muscles in, back to center, over to the right. Just a small range of movement. Left, center, right, center, left, center, right. Do a few more. Left, right, left, and right. And back. Now we're just going to do a little stretch. Okay, so place the right foot over the left knee. Take your hands through the leg, other hand underneath the left leg. Bring those legs into you and hold. And release, other leg. Left leg goes over the right knee, hand through, left hand through the leg, wrap the leg hands around the left and the right thigh if you can. Bring the legs in and hold. And release back down. Lovely. Just one more stretch. And we finished. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you do this video regularly, you'll find a big improvement in your back, and then you'll be able to move on to some Pilates, beginners Pilates, which I have on my channel, series 1 to 10, so starting right at the beginning, working right through. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you again next time. Have a great day.